swings him around. Adibi slams him down. They're going to smash him and sack him. And down he goes. Rips him down. It's a sack. Quick throw, and it's batted into the air. Picked off by Williams. Intercepted on the 10-yard line. It's loose on the field, and the Hokies come away with it. First down. What a run by Marcus Vick. Back-to-back cut returns for D'Angelo Hall. Bursting free. Floats off left tackle. Floats up the middle. 40, 50 in open field. Accelerating to the 15. KJ is off to the races. Run, young man, run. To the 10, to the 5. He takes it the distance. Goes headlong into the end zone. Diving into the end zone. He's got it. A sensational headlong dive. Touchdown. 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 Tech.
On a warm August afternoon in front of a national television audience, Frank Beamer's Hokies kicked off the 2003 season against Central Florida. Expectations ran high, and Virginia Tech did not disappoint a packed house of over 65,000 at Lane Stadium. A pair of Hokies showed why they would become first-team All-Americans at season's end. Junior running back Kevin Jones, behind senior center Jake Grove, ran over, around, and past the Golden Knights.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tech.
And at quarterback, Tech fans got a glimpse of what will be an exciting future. Junior Brian Randall and freshman Marcus Vick were nearly perfect, completing a combined 29 of 38 passes for nearly 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Bud Foster's defense also got into the act. The rout was on as the Hokies cruised to a 21-point victory in their home opener. Week 2 saw James Madison University come to Blacksburg. The Hokies had never lost to JMU and weren't about to blemish their perfect 5-0 record against the Dukes. And it was Randall providing the spark early on.
Randall accelerates to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and it goes headlong into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech!
Tech's depth in the backfield became apparent to the overmatched Dukes as sophomore Cedric Humes found the end zone 3 times. The defense gave up a mere 18 yards rushing, pitching their first shutout of the young season. The Hokies pounded their in-state neighbors 43-0.
Rips it down. It's a sack on the 12-yard line.
After a bye week, the eyes of the nation were once again focused on a very wet Blacksburg for a Thursday night primetime matchup with Texas A&M. The Aggies were out to avenge a Hokie win at College Station last year, but found out soon enough winning at Lane Stadium would not be easy. Not even a hurricane could stop All-American Kevin Jones. His 188 yards rushing and 3 scores proved to be the difference. The Hokies improved to a perfect 3-0. The Aggies headed back to Texas with a great deal more respect for the Hokies and their 12th man. Virginia Tech's top 5 ranking was on the line when a tough UConn team paid a visit to Blacksburg. Beamer ball was in full force on this day as the Hokies found 5 different routes to the end zone. A sweet 58-yard touchdown run.
Touchdown, Tech!
A great diving catch for 6 more.
He's got it!
Your standard 84-yard interception return, a 91-yard kickoff return, and the Beamer specialty, a block punt return for yet another score. Oh, my.
To the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech!
For a remarkable 7th straight year, the Hokies finished the month of September unbeaten. A perfect 4-0, heading into Big East play. The 4th-ranked Hokies hit the road to begin their final Big East season with a game at Rutgers. After spotting the Scarlet Knights in early lead, the Hokies came roaring back behind the legs of an All-American and the hands of a walk-on. Kevin Jones registered his 3rd straight 100-yard rushing performance, while senior Chris Shreve joins an impressive list of walk-ons who have found success at Virginia Tech.
He's got 2 touchdowns.
Quarterback Brian Randall finished with 250 yards on the afternoon, and for the 2nd straight week, Bud Foster's defense found the end zone in the Hokies' 48-22 win over Rutgers.
Williams diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech.
While Coach Beamer always stresses team accomplishments, on this cloudy afternoon, an individual's performance was the difference. Facing the Syracuse Orangemen, junior D'Angelo Hall became the first player in team history to return 2 punts for touchdowns in a single game.
Back-to-back punt returns for D'Angelo Hall.
The versatile Hall also showed he can carry the rock, scoring on offense as well. The Hokies crushed the Orangemen 51-7 and surged to number 3 in the nation.
D'Angelo Hall has done it all today.
That was a great game plan by both our offense and defensive staff. And our players just played exceptionally well. Had a excellent football game, and I think we kind of at that point had built up to being a very good football team. I think it showed that day at Syracuse.
As a cornerback at Virginia Tech, he wore number 25. As head coach, he is undeniably number 1. To put it simply, Frank Beamer is Virginia Tech football. Since taking the reins in 1987, Coach Beamer has worked tirelessly to make Virginia Tech an elite football program. That hard work has paid off. In addition to 11 straight bowl appearances, he's won 3 Big East titles, was National Coach of the Year in 1999, and is closing in on 200 wins. Yes, the resume is impressive, but Frank Beamer is about so much more than X's and O's.
Coach Beamer, he means everything to me as a football coach, as a person. I aspire to one day hopefully be a head football coach, and a lot of what I'll try to do will be modeled after what I consider the best football coach in America. I just think he's the way he handles people, I think the way he runs his program, the way he prepares us for games on Saturday, year in, year out, throughout the season. I think he does a wonderful, wonderful job.
As a person, I can't think of many people that are as fine as he is. It's been a joy working for him. He's a people's person, a caring person. It's been a pleasure to work with him.
In 2002, Coach Beamer's number was retired and now flies proudly over Worsham Field. But it is his special relationship with his players that defines Frank Beamer, the man.
Coach Beamer has played a big impact in my life. We've been through different phases in my life where for me coming in as a defensive end and me being transitioned as a receiver, and he's been there to support me every step of the way.
You know, he gave me an opportunity to come in as a walk-on my freshman year and, prove myself, and then he gave me a scholarship. So, he means a lot to my football career here and what he did for me.
I feel like Coach Beamer was like a second father to me, Everything he did for me, he gave me a chance to come play Division I football. I'm very thankful for that.
Let's get up there and get it right. All right, inside 20. 1, 2, 3. Inside 20. Let's go.
It is Coach Beamer's pride and joy. His hands-on approach has made the Hokies' special teams truly special in what has become the cornerstone of Virginia Tech's football program.
Sprinting ahead to the 30, cuts back at the 25, down to the 15-yard line. D'Angelo Hall will score.
In the last 15 years, no school has blocked more kicks or scored more points as a result of special teams play. In fact, Beamer's elite squad has averaged more than 1 blocked kick every 2 games. What's the secret? Well, there is no secret, really. Just preparation, hard work, and getting the best players on the field.
He puts in countless hours and countless effort to help us be better in special teams. I think it shows, and I think the fact that he handles it by himself, or he personally handles it, really helps us out a lot. It really gives us an advantage over whoever we're playing on Saturday.
Rolls to the 1, and the Hokies count it there.
That advantage was once again evident in 2003. Key special teams plays were critical in many of the Virginia Tech wins.
We like the fact that whoever's on the field has an opportunity to score, whether it's a kicking team or whether it's a defense or whether it's your offense. And that's kind of what has happened around here, and hopefully that will continue. I don't see it slowing down anytime soon.
If that's the case, Virginia Tech fans should consider changing the name of their hometown from Blacksburg to Blocksburg.
Touchdown, Tech.
While Frank Beamer personally oversees the special teams, he has assembled a fantastic coaching staff that is invaluable to Virginia Tech's success. 2 key assistants have been with Beamer since day one, while most others have at least 5 years under their belt in Blacksburg. That type of continuity, which is rare in college football today, is one of Virginia Tech's greatest assets. Billy Height actually preceded Beamer at Tech. Now the associate head coach and running backs coach, Height's advice to young players has gone well beyond the confines of the football field.
Coach Height, he means a lot to me. I've been with him for 5 years, and he's really stayed with me for through tough times, and he's taught me a lot about the game of football and taught me a lot about life and stuff.
Like Height, defensive coordinator Bud Foster has been at Tech during Coach Beamer's entire tenure in Blacksburg. His abilities have earned nationwide accolades and the full respect of those who play for him.
Just make sure to go right and hit that tight end.
Well, Coach Foster is a great person. He's a great friend, a great coach, and possibly one of the greatest defensive coordinators in the nation. And he has a great defensive philosophy that he can go out there and get you. He tries to get the best players and wants to put the best players on the field.
Assistant Brian Steinspring joined the program in 1990 and was promoted to offensive coordinator in 2002. He hit the ground running and is credited with opening up the Hokies attack.
We do things on offense now that we never did before my 5 years here. And, it's exciting knowing that you never know what play call he's going to call next. Got a couple of gadgets in the system now, got a couple of deep balls in the system, and you never know how he's going to call the game. So, it's exciting to see him as offensive coordinator here at Virginia Tech.
Assistants Jim Cavanaugh, Tony Ball, Danny Pearman, Kevin Rogers, Lorenzo Ward, and Charlie Wiles also play important roles in the Virginia Tech success story. The entire staff has a combined total of over 100 years of full-time coaching experience at Virginia Tech alone.
And they always come in and ask you how you doing in school, how's your family doing, and then you take care of business on the football field. But definitely, it's you first as a person and seeing you succeed in life and also on the football field.
It's simply called the lunch pail, and it represents Virginia Tech's blue-collar approach to defense. Awarded to the top defensive player of the game, it is a visible symbol of a mindset and work ethic that defines success.
The lunch pail to me is kind of like a shrine. Something when you're tired and you don't have nothing left, and you can look at the lunch pail and I signed off on that thing. I came to do a job, and I got to do it. No ifs, ands, or buts, baby. Believe that.
Defense has to live up to the expectation that it has. It has high expectations being here at Virginia Tech. People come here and watch our defense play, and we can go out there and show them and play how we play.
We're a blue-collar team. We don't have a lot of recognition. People downgrade us. And the lunch pail just keeps us going. It's a symbol of our hard work.
He grabbed it with one arm.
A single link from a chain carried by the offense is a symbol of the teamwork the Hokies exhibit on and off the field and serves as a reminder of the responsibility each player has to assure the success of the team.
You're only as strong as your weakest link. And if everybody works together to reach a common goal, then that link is so strong. But when you try to separate yourself as an individual, then things can be broken. You can be broken as an offense.
Individually, everyone's just one part, just one link. And when you put it together, it becomes a chain, and that's a pretty strong symbol. And that's just kind of the way our offense. That's the way we like to represent ourselves.
It's just one word: it's unity, togetherness. Without that one link in the chain, things won't go smoothly, and that's what our offense is all about. Everybody's got to be precise at all times. Everybody's got to be together, executing to make this thing work. So that's obviously what that signifies.
Justin coming in motion to the right. On first down, the handoff goes to Kevin Jones. Runs up the middle and has a hole. 30, 40. KJ accelerates to the 50. An open field 40. Jones to the 30. They will not catch him. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
For tailback Kevin Jones, November 8th in Pittsburgh was a night to remember. Facing a tough Panthers team, Jones rushed for 241 yards and 4 touchdowns, shattering Virginia Tech's single-game record of 223 yards, a mark that had stood for 25 years.
Up the middle he goes, 10, 5, touchdown Tech. That offensive line, they blew open a big hole.
Opening up the holes was an offensive line led by senior center Jake Grove, just the 3rd unanimous All-America in school history. And on Senior Day against Boston College, Grove and his fellow classmates were honored in pregame ceremonies. But once the opening whistle blew, it was all business. Grove and the O-line made sure Kevin Jones would have another record-breaking day. This time, it was the single-season rushing record that would fall. At season's end, KJ's final tally was 1,647 yards and 21 touchdowns. His 5.62 career yards per carry average is the best ever at Virginia Tech. Yes, number 25 will go down as one of the most exciting runners to ever grace the Hokie backfield.
Into the end zone, touchdown Tech. The offensive line flattened him up front, and KJ scores his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Starts long before kickoff. From the tailgates to the walk out of the tunnel and onto Worsham Field. Game day in Blacksburg has no equal. And once the game begins, 65,000 screaming Hokie fans have the best seat in the house, if not the entire country.
We've been all over the country to a lot of different places, and absolutely nowhere compares to the game day environment here.
It's just a certain rush you get when you come out that tunnel that, you know, only one who experienced know how it really feels.
You're like, woo! What is this ball? This is a great energy, you know. 60-something thousand roaring. You can hardly hear yourself think. Your heart's pounding. You can either crumble up or you can use that nervous energy to make something happen, go out and be a player.
Crawford again to make another play, his 12th tackle.
Game day doesn't get any bigger than second-ranked Miami in Blacksburg to face number 11 Virginia Tech, whose backs were against the wall after a setback the week before.
That was a tough loss against West Virginia. I mean, our shots at the national championship, kind of went before our eyes. But when you're playing a team like Miami, I think they were ranked number 2 in the country then, and on a 30-some game winning streak in the regular season. I mean, you got to be ready for them. Otherwise, they'll come in here and they'll walk all over you.
Doing the walking on Saturday evening were Governor Warner, Coach Beamer, and a focused Virginia Tech team with tens of thousands of fans lining the way to Lane Stadium. Once inside, it didn't take long for a national television audience to see what Tech fans already knew. The Hokies were ready.
Well, we knew that the Miami game was going to be one of the biggest games ever played here at Lane Stadium. We really prepared hard all week to get ourselves right mentally and physically for that game.
The Hurricanes hadn't lost a regular season game in more than 3 years, but that was about to change, thanks to Beamer Ball.
Taken right away from Pride, D'Angelo Hall. He's running down the sidelines. D'Angelo Hall into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech.
They didn't know it at the time, but the Hokies would have all the points they needed by the end of the second quarter. The second half started much like the first, with Virginia Tech punishing the overmatched Hurricanes. And lightning would strike again for Bud Foster's defensive unit.
Derek Green down the sidelines. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tech.
Offensively, Kevin Jones did much of the damage on the ground, rushing for 124 yards on 24 carries. Through the air, it was the freshman-senior combo, Marcus Vick and Ernest Wolford, lighting up the Virginia sky.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech.
In the end, it was evident the Hokies wanted it more. Few, if any, victories on Worsham Field were more impressive than Virginia Tech's 31-7 thumping of conference rival Miami.
To beat a ranked football team, I guess they were number 2 at the time. To do all those things right out here in Lane Stadium and with our fans helping us the way they did, it just was a great day for Virginia Tech.
If you come to Virginia Tech, it'll definitely offer you the family atmosphere that you have at home, if not even more.
I think the family atmosphere really impressed me, how everybody was so close together and everything.
It's just the family atmosphere, I think, that gets most people.
When I came and took my visit here at Virginia Tech, I could just see the type of atmosphere and the type of togetherness that everybody has and want to back each other up.
Backing each other up, looking out for your teammate, your classmate, your friend. From the head coach to the freshman walk-on, relationships run deep at Virginia Tech. For many, they begin on that very first recruiting trip. For those who decide on becoming a Hokie, they'll learn it will last a lifetime.
A lot of people use the term family environment, but I just came here on my visit and I got treated really well by a lot of different people, most specifically the guys on the team, so that was the one motivating factor for me to come here.
Just all the coaches, the players, just the whole atmosphere around here, the fans. You know, you don't have to go halfway across the country to find top quality football because it's right here in Blacksburg, and you know that's why I came here, and you know I can't think of a better place to be.
For the 11th consecutive year, the Hokies were bowl-bound. The 2003 season culminated in Phoenix, Arizona for the Insight Bowl, the Hokies' first ever meeting against a Pac-10 opponent, the Golden Bears of California. Leading up to the big game, Virginia Tech players, coaches, and fans enjoyed a memorable stay in the Valley of the Sun. Whether it was relaxing by the pool or spending downtime in the hospitality game room, the Hokies got a chance to recharge their batteries. The week was highlighted by a trip to Jillian's, where the team was treated to a night of food, fun, and games. While it was difficult to be so far away from home during the holidays, everyone managed to keep in the Christmas spirit.
Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
The cross-country trip was an exciting experience, but the team never lost focus as to why they were there. Spirited practices throughout the week ensured the Hokies would be ready for the big game. Playing at Bank One Ballpark, the Virginia Tech offense showcased their considerable talent to a packed house and a nationwide audience. The Hokies exploded for 21 first-quarter points, with a pair of quarterbacks hooking up for the game's first big play. Brian Randall found the multidimensional Marcus Vick streaking down the sidelines, giving Tech an early 21-7 lead. Kevin Jones ended his career in the Hokie backfield with another stellar performance. 153 yards on just 16 carries and a touchdown. Senior Ernest Wolford caught 8 balls for over 100 yards, becoming the school's all-time leading receiver with 126 career receptions. Trailing by 14 points to Cal late in the fourth quarter, the Hokies mounted a ferocious comeback. Randall, who threw for 398 yards and 4 touchdowns, found Chris Shreve over the middle to cut the lead to 7. After a huge defensive stand, D'Angelo Hall, like he had throughout his entire career at Tech, came up big for the Hokies. His spectacular punt return tied the game. A late field goal won it for the Golden Bears, but Virginia Tech showed the heart of a champion in what was the year's most exciting bowl game.
There's going to be ups and downs, you know, but as long as you treat people right and you're a good person, that's what matters coming out of this program. Treat each other right. And we lose a lot of good players right here, but I'm telling you, we got a lot of good players coming back, and we're going to crank this thing back up.
Graves back to throw, rolling, looking at the QB keeper. He's going to be knocked down. He fumbles the football. It's picked up by Dwayne Knight of Tech. He will take it in. Touchdown. Virginia Tech has scored again. Marvin Graves fumbles, and the Hokies have made him pay. They're carrying Frank Beamer off the field. The Hokies have earned a bowl bid for the first time under Frank Beamer. Quarterback DeShazo runs a toss right. There's Dwayne Thomas running to the 35, still going to the 40, still going to the 50. Thomas breaks it. There he goes in open field to the 30. Dwayne Thomas is going to take this baby all the way. Touchdown Tech. A 70-yard run for Dwayne Thomas puts him over the century mark and puts the Hokies perilously close to 50 points. Vick back to pass, keeping it, running left, 45, Mike has room, 50, down the sidelines, 40, there he goes, folks, 30, 20, 10, 5, and Vick drives a dagger right into the hearts of the Orangemen. Touchdown, Tech! First down and 10, and back to throw goes Michael Vick. The Tech freshman firing it deep down the field to Davis on the run. He's going to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Tech! Sugar Bowl bound.
And I want to know, how many of you am I going to see in New Orleans?
There's the snap, ball down, Shane swings the leg through. This kick is in the air, it is gone! It is gone! Shane Graham wins it for Virginia Tech. Michael Vick makes a miracle happen in Morgantown, and Shane Graham kicks it. Tech 22, West Virginia 20. Hokies go to 8-0. First and 10, back to throw is Berlin on first down. Polis comes to get him. Berlin gets away, lets it go, and it's intercepted on the run by the Hokies. Eric Green down the sidelines. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Tech. Vick goes back to pass. He's got his man open. He aims, he fires. It is caught by Wilford at the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech.
I think it's going to be the best football conference in the country. I think with us in Miami and Boston College and the great schools they already had, you got a chance to recruit the best players in the country because they want to go to the best. And so I look forward to the days ahead.
Just as the 2003 season closed the final chapter for the Hokies in the Big East Conference, 2004 marks the beginning. New rivals will emerge in the 12-member Atlantic Coast Conference. Well, the future has never been brighter for Virginia Tech football. Oh my.